hungry. It's so annoying. Today we feast on lettuce because we have no meat. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to House of the Dragon, or Dem Dragons as we like to say. And we are on episode 3 of season 3, which is called Rhaenyra Triumphant. I really hope that's the case, but you know, I kind of know how it goes in the books. So anyways, on to this episode. Anyways, last episode we had Rhaenyra finally getting to sit in that chair that has cost her so very much to get to. And this was after, of course, processing the grief. Well, she's actually, to say, she's mid-processing the grief over losing Jace. Daemon finally returned from Harrenhal and basically let her know that, hey, you know, Vhagar's finally left. The plan that you put so much stock into seems to be working. Let's do this. And so she did go there. And of course, we know that from Alicent's side, things did not go 100% according to plan, but she was at least able to keep Rhaenyra and Daemon from being attacked on arrival. So she is in King's Landing. The Greens have effectively been suppressed at the moment, at least within King's Landing, because those loyal have been locked up or they're dead. And Otto was executed by Rhaenyra herself. And we see that Alicent just came to discover that after the deed was done. So we'll have to see how she responds to that, or whether or not she's going to feel like it is some form of revenge, at least on the part of Rhaenyra. And then outside of that, we see in another part of the war that Aemond has arrived at Harrenhal. The normal ruse that was set up by Sir Strong to try to keep, you know, people from coming and directly attacking did not work because Aemond is Aemond, but he got shanked in the process. So he is now at the mercy of the witch, and we will see whether or not she is able to get through to him as the way that she hoped to get through to Daemon. So ready to jump into this episode. Let's do that. Just before I do, a reminder to please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And also you can catch an uncut version of this reaction on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. So pretty. Look how pretty and clean they are. Even that armor glimmers in the sun. One thing about Daemon, he's gonna have that stance, that diva stance.
There is a new queen and she sits her father's throne.
Oh, pretty quick sum up.
Rumor of this.
Not a rumor.
Only bend the knee and swear your allegiance. You may return to Old Town and live your lives in...
Whatever y'all do. Yeah, he's like, whatever you want.
Your Uncle Otto encountered it very recently.
He's dead.
And the High Tower Guard soon after him.
You know Daemon wouldn't lie.
I think Ulf there would very much enjoy settling into your chambers in the High Tower. Would you like to be Lord of Old Town, Ulf?
Yes! I was promised a palace, he said.
For myself, I would resist. But I have many other lives to consider.
Go ahead and fight, though. Daemon wants one so bad.
You have chosen wisely, if reluctantly, Lord Ormond.
No.
Turn around now and lead your army home, and you will be spared.
The smirk is so annoying, Daemon. You're so annoying.
You're warned. Darren Targaryen. He'll be coming with me.
You would take him hostage?
It would be rather
Just a failsafe.
We will treat him kindly, as we would any son of Viserys.
Right, it is the brother of the queen. I mean, come on now. It's a whole dragon there. A whole dragon. Hi. Look at his face. He's so annoying.
Be brave, young prince.
Daemon's like, do hurry up. Interesting cold open.
We have your little prince. Though I still say we should have incinerated them all.
Breathe, Daemon.
I must justify my father's faith in me.
There's been a lot of death already.
Rule as he would have wished.
How do you want to rule, though? It is your rule now. Daemon's not impressed. I know. He's like, more death. Damn it.
We've not met.
That's true.
I'm your half-sister and our father's chosen heir. You've flown in service of your brother, the usurper. What have you to say?
I'm 12.
I wish to know what Ormond knew of the conspiracy to deny me my throne.
Do you think he discussed that with a 12-year-old?
What of Aemond, then, or Aegon?
He was sent away when he was like 5.
His Younger than I
He's a
imagined.
baby. He was
He's
a baby.
claimant to the throne. You're going to have to kill him.
Damn.
Your treasury is depleted. There is enough to see your court through a week or two. A little longer if you bring back the gold from Dragonstone.
What of my coronation?
Girl, this is not the time for fancy parties, respectfully.
I do not believe he knows where the gold is, and I fancy I can sniff a lie.
No one asked you.
Okay, you two, not the time.
It is the duty of my mistress of whisperers to advise me.
Mistress, heavy on that.
It seems to me, my queen, that to go to such expense while your people
Thank you. I was
still
thinking
suffer
this is
like
not the
such a bitter
time.
taste in their mouths.
King Charles, anyone?
The Triarchy Navy is finished, but the pirates who survived have come ashore. They are sacking villages.
Difficulties abandon the city, Your Grace. It seems
Welcome
the
to being the
garden is
leader.
empty, the fields lie fallow, and the plantings.
It's not fun, is it? The way the council just locked in immediately. That's kind of a good thing, but it's a lot.
For bread, or have the people go hungry again.
It is a never-ending inconvenience, this insistence of the
And yet a
The people being hungry, it's so annoying.
To all the great houses. In fact, tell them their queen demands tribute. Remind them who now commands the realm.
Will you not?
Where is Aemond?
Yeah, where is that
He
little?
burned Damon's garrison at Harrenhal and slew the castellan and his sons.
He feels that.
There was a woman there, a maester of swords.
You know exactly what
Not
happened.
heard tell of her.
Aemon would not dare challenge you here.
No. But I want him found.
Yeah, a missing Aemon is a problem.
I will, in addition, offer a bounty for the capture of their riders.
We don't have a bounty,
Right?
it seems.
What do I have what?
To the slayer of Aemond One-Eye, I will grant Harrenhal itself. I've no need of it now. All the Riverlands are mine.
That is exactly what Alice wanted to hear.
It seems rats have eaten through a large store of candles. Tallow is short. We must requisition a new supply.
Tallow, that's why.
In the matter of the bedchamber,
It's overwhelming, and she is still dealing with grief. This is so much. Get to your room and shut the door. Get to your room and shut the door.
Where is my gold?
your gold.
Good morning.
The crown's gold, the treasury.
Right?
My own father kept that plot from me.
Is that so?
Yes,
I would
actually.
refer you to the man himself, but you slew him without ceremony.
Okay.
Did it make you feel better?
A little, actually.
If you require me to foresee every duplicitous scheme devised by Larry Strong, I confess I cannot help
That's
but fall
true.
short.
She just gave feet.
Will you blame me only for what men have done?
You promised we could go.
Damn.
We told the guards. We ran.
She's like, guys, I'm the innocent in this. I'm just trying to understand the plan.
He's scarred and burned. His dragon is dead. Declare him dead as well.
Is that?
You can dismiss him as an imposter.
These are ideas. These are solutions.
You argue still for his life.
It's her child.
But until then, I cannot be seen to favour high towers.
She's not
I
wrong.
don't want to stay in this room.
I will not treat you unkindly. And I will have Jaehaera brought to you for an hour every few days or so.
You cannot mean this, Rhaenyra, please.
None of this pleases me.
Right? Acting like she
My
hasn't suffered in
position is
this.
such that I must hope for the capture and death of my son.
I've lost 2.
I can only imagine.
Right? Oh, Allison.
And let Joffrey be brought back from the Vale. He is next in line. He must now be raised as my heir.
Leave Joffrey alone as the last strong child. Last heir of Harrenhal.
But would I not be simple to think that in a house as big as this one, there were only one rat?
There we go. Using her brain. That sound they play so many times this episode, that strumming, it's very interesting. Oh, baby girl, I know you are in the throes of it right now. This is so much to take on cognitively, not to mention the emotional load. It's good to see the actor again, though.
Those who cleave to the high towers must be replaced.
Immediately, Your Grace.
I'm gonna give it up. Rhaenyra's doing really well right now, considering she's actually a mess.
Forgo a right and proper coronation, but I still wish at least to be anointed. By you, in full sight of the people.
I'm not asking.
Alas, that it cannot be done.
Oh, well, I'll find someone who can.
Some months ago, I anointed your brother Aegon and declared him the rightful king before gods and men.
Yes,
And
Aegon
things have
said-
clearly changed.
So you now say.
Is it your contention that I'm a liar?
Yeah, speak clearly.
I am my father's heir. And the gods themselves decree that I must rule the seven kingdoms.
Period.
It has happened. It is true.
How has it happened if they did not will it?
By your sacred texts.
My gods do not deal in dragons.
Really? Then why are you here?
A profane magic created in darkness and pride and lust.
So why are you here? Okay, so you have to go because we're all about dragons here. Like literally, it's in the title and in the sigil.
You have made your position exceedingly.
Right, thank you for that.
Alan of Hull and his brother Adam are my sons.
No.
I did not guess,
Really?
though I believe I see it.
I guess
now.
there is enough black people there, so yeah.
Their sons are no less stout of heart.
Mm-hmm.
We owe Alan a great debt for his valiance in both the stepstones and lately in the gullet.
That's true. That
You
is
have
true.
shown yourself a leader of men.
I was only doing my duty.
But you did it well.
When my hope had waned, they sent me you.
It is my great honor to serve you, Your Grace.
Sweet. Okay, other shoe.
I have acknowledged my sons.
Beautiful.
I would name Alan my heir.
I mean, that makes sense, except
I ask that you legitimize them.
isn't her youngest
Let them
supposed
now
to be there?
be Valarians.
Or no, it was the other one. It was the middle one. Never mind.
I cannot begrudge you a new way forward, but Lord Corlys.
A word from the throne. It is simple enough.
Okay, that's not the way to ask at all. Everyone just been demanding of her, demanding of her, demanding of her. No one asking, just demanding. She's gonna implode at some point. I'm waiting. Can't bring herself to lay in that bed. I don't blame her. Did she go to her old room? Oh. She needs her comfort. Interesting, he chose not to sleep in that room either.
For some, it will be enough to say they have looked on a queen.
That is true.
Will I bring your jewels?
Confident? No, maybe not right now. But honestly, confidence
I
is
will wear
key.
no needless ornament.
Exactly.
Your Grace?
Not today.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, woman problems. I feel that, Rita. I feel that. Every woman does. It's always me at the wrong damn time, too. Like, of all days, I couldn't have waited one more day. Now she's cramping. Now she's emotional.
Such an outcome does nothing to supply us with meat. We butchers have no trade.
Is there no game to be had?
Right? Can we hunt anything else?
We consider the Kingswood.
Is that blasphemy?
But, rabbits, perhaps?
It bears discussion in a forum other than this one.
Okay.
I was privileged to be of assistance to the Lady Massaria in her campaign against the usurper.
She's like, special treatment for me, please?
But for justice, for what the common folk have suffered these long months.
And what would you describe as justice?
It was the rich.
She said, squeeze
They
the
bought up everything they
rich.
could for their storehouses and left the poorer folk with nothing. But when the highborn take even what little remains and put it aside, while the lowborn starve, then that is a matter I would put before my queen.
She's saying nothing but straight facts.
As a champion of her
Oh my God, she's digging it deep for you, Rhaenyra. Maybe get her to shut up. Like, can you talk about this later? The damn rats are still a problem. There's no money, and I don't know where it is, and where's Aemon?
War, all suffer.
Not the wealthy as
Some more than
much.
others.
That is ever.
Thank you.
Like these, it is a cudgel in irresponsible hands used to strike up unrest and rebellion.
It's not completely true, Aemon, but or what the hell's your name, Damon? But
They look to us for meat and fuel for their
she's like, I don't need to deal with this when my entire uterus is falling out.
Though I was not born to it.
Okay, can y'all really stop?
You will have justice.
I will never have justice.
That's quite true.
But what crumbs of it may be snatched, I will devour.
I love that line.
Lord Corlys.
I defer to the Queen.
Really? Right? It's like when you're growing up, everyone wants to tell me what to do. Now I'm asking for advice. No one has anything to say. Welcome to being an adult. God, how many of these damn silks were there?
Targaryen, Your Grace.
Oh, absolutely not.
Then I have no style.
He's like, I'm kind of new to this rich stuff.
Hugh the Hammer. Ulf the White.
Please say Valerian.
And Adam of Hull.
Damn, Rhaenyra. But I guess in this case, they're all three bastards. So if she goes and only names one, it's going to look like favoritism, which it would be, and it's deserved. Oh my God, bro. I know he did that on purpose in front of Ulf. I know he did.
Is that it?
Sir Ulf.
They're like, oh God, why are we always with him?
I was wondering what sort of living I may expect now that we're in King's Landing.
Everyone thinks these people are loaded in cash. This is crazy.
And when might that be, Your Grace?
I've been here
As
for
soon as
5
I'm able.
minutes.
Awash in dilemmas and deficiencies.
Right? Like, can you give me a second?
And I will attend to your requests.
The bloody rats are going to have her snapping very quickly. I love how they're giving it as a consistent theme of what's going wrong.
I have a small request only.
Of course, it's a request.
You ruled this realm in all but name while my father lay ill.
How? How?
How did you bear it?
Do you see the humility that Rhaenyra has? Because to ask this woman, of all people, it shows that she cares.
There are choices to be made, and you may, on occasion, have to turn your face away while people suffer and die.
That is the truth. In any form of rule.
I acknowledge the struggle, but I dispute that I must become what I am not.
You can try. Yeah, you can try. Your dad tried.
My father remained himself.
Did he?
Your father lived in a world of his own construction.
Yeah, exactly. He was
You
deluded.
and I have never set foot there.
Ooh! She said he was deluded! And you know he was. You know he was. That council ran everything. That's how Otto got his hooks in the first place.
Likewise, those in this room have pledged their loyalty. Later than I would have liked.
Today we feast on lettuce because we have no meat.
And if I heard no tale of you rising up to protest it.
The underhanded
I see
jokes.
our feast is served.
She's been around Damon too long. Oh, she's getting her justice.
But you have had us starve and our families with us.
I would have no one starve.
But
I would have those with much exercise stewardship and tend to those.
That part, we were scared, but you had food rotting in your storehouses.
Fight for every crumb.
And would you not do the same if your children were hungry?
Yes,
No,
please.
I would not.
Oh, would you?
Genteel in your grave. My gold cloaks are entering each of your houses.
This is unconscionable.
We're being robbed.
Are we?
What the crown demands of you is not plunder.
That
but
part. Did you forget that the royal family does what they please?
Now and henceforth, good evening.
She said, don't mess with my uterus, actually. That was fierce, Rhaenyra. That was fierce if ill-advised.
Your Grace.
You're from Walking Dead.
Is it humility that causes you to smile so, Satori?
It is admiration only for a hand well
He
played.
always looks like that, even in The Walking Dead.
My memory is long.
They'll resent you.
Sharp words. Yes.
I do admit, I find it amusing.
Of course
We'll
you
help
would.
a certain number of people for a certain number of weeks and do
It's not a
nothing for the
long-term
rest of
solution, yeah.
Lady Jane never sent the sword she promised. She may pay her debt in coin.
it. This is an errand I will relish.
He's like, I hate that hoe.
You've come so
He's
far.
like, he's low-key proud of it. She's been
yet you
handling this
still
really
don't know
well.
who you are.
Oh.
It is a power beyond imagining. Why scrabble here for gold when the world lies before us? Dawn could be ours.
We want more war?
And then Essos and the free
We want
cities.
more war? Can we calm down, Damon?
You will have an empire, unassailable.
That's greed, Damon.
You style us commandeers and marauders like the pirates that plague us.
I style as gods, Rhaenyra.
Interesting. Different viewpoints, but both end in blood.
Zaldrizer, Tumagon, Darro Valobevilzelo Ondorisa.
She right about that.
Hai Toluro Ondoro Kuvos Ilza, Gimitas.
Did he?
Valirio Edrorus, Bejos Escalitas.
Thank you for noting that. Where's old Valerian now? She's talking sense, and you know
Grace.
it. Oh, pissy Damon's back. I didn't get what I wanted.
You still have to kill Darren.
I can't. Oh my God. Why is David in his comedic bag this episode? I'm sick.
You are tired today?
Yeah, bleeding.
Cannot sleep in that bed.
A new mattress, perhaps.
Damon's doing just fine.
You have buried your grief.
I
Has
feel
she?
no grief, I feel nothing.
Exactly. She's numbing.
Rage that billows beyond my grasp.
I have known such rage.
Have you? Are your children killed? Like, look at her. They're doing such a good job with her makeup, like showing, look how she's sleep deprived. She's pale. She's just so worn out. And she's trying her best to look strong. That's Queen Rhaenyra to you. We're not on a first name basis.
The usurpers are vanquished, and I have taken my rightful throne.
They're alive.
With strength, but also mercy, as befits a true queen.
Period. I love that she's out there doing it herself. She's trying. It's not at all ideal, but she's trying. She's trying to be a person of the people, but this is not the realm for it.
It seems you styled him Hull rather than Valarian. We had agreed, I thought.
She did not say she agreed.
Alan would be legitimized.
She didn't actually say that.
I have given all I had, everything.
He really has.
In service to you.
Wife, home,
My castle lies in ashes,
children.
and I have asked no favor in return but this. I was staunch in my defense when your own troth was doubted.
Very true.
Yes, and I thank you for this, among many.
Your thanks are not needed.
But all eyes look to me now.
Yes, and you can simply state the reason you're doing it is because of all he's given to you.
It is a matter of legitimacy.
Your son Joffrey is a bastard.
And we both know it.
Your son Lucerys
was a bastard.
Lord Corlys.
Your son Jacaerys lived and died a bastard.
But I mean, I get where he's coming from.
Say aloud to me the reason your children deserve what mine are denied.
It's getting spicy! It's getting spicy. I don't want fighting with Corlys, please.
By rights, I should have his head, but he had no part in his brother's treachery. He did only what was expected of him by his elders.
It's just true.
He will take the black, and he will not return, but he will keep his life.
That's fair.
Do you wish me to thank you?
Don't care what you do, actually.
And yet I grieve for what could have been.
If you hadn't screwed everything up?
From all accounts, he has borne his lot very bravely.
And he's also alive, unlike two of my kids.
It's a hard road, but there is honor in it.
I'll make you tougher than any of these kids down here. The fact that his kids had no lines. Will you embrace him? Since you don't really like any of your children.
You don't know this boy.
They did a switcheroo.
He is not Darren.
Oh, I didn't think Allison would be kind enough to tell the truth. That explains it.
Blenched my hair, told me I must play the part of the prince, even if she burned me with dragons.
Damn.
She's only a lady and our people are merchants.
Ormond has deceived me.
That's what Hightower does.
Did he think I would not discover it?
He already has a plan in place because he knew you would eventually. Although he probably expects you to execute him right away.
What game does he play?
Well, I'm surprised Allison told the truth, though. She could have played that off. And that's where what's his name's wife is and her family. Thank God, my brother. Wait. Yeah, and you're gonna lose one of your new dragon riders. Both. He wants to make you look weak. It's all about looks, Rhaenyra. You barely have a handle on being queen, and you've gone and pissed off the noble houses, and now he's gonna make you look weak because if you don't take care of the situation, in that town, they're going to say you're weak. But also, if you burn them all, you're going to lose the respect of the people. Way more than that green going up in flames. Hey, sis. Oh, the cold fury. I love it. David would be so proud. Oh, no, no. This was not the way it was supposed to go, my good sis. Okay, guys, well, that was episode 3, and wow, I love that the title was very much a bit ironic of Rhaenyra the Triumphant, right? We're seeing the beginnings of her trying to pick up this rule that was so hard won for her in many ways, and recognizing that this is not an easy business, not just the business of rule, but trying to pick up the pieces when there is such a violent and abrupt exchange in power. There's so many things that have occurred as a ripple effect of this war that, Rhaenyra, quite frankly, was a bit shielded from. Like, obviously, we know she suffered, as I mentioned, losing her children, seeing so many people suffer, the needless death, things like that. But all that's for the most part been away from her to a degree, with the exception of her sons. The other ripple effects of the war, the effects on King's Landing, the effects on the poor people in general, all the different areas that were affected by the battles, the change in the economy, all these things were ripple effects of this war that she probably somewhat knew of, but really didn't understand. And once again, she was sitting in, what's the name of that place again? Not Dragonstone. Was it Dragonstone? Yeah, she was off in Dragonstone, basically with food, water, shelter, safety, fresh, everything she needed, silks, linens. Like, her life was pretty detached from all of this, and she was really never in a direct danger of that being threatened. And I don't think she recognized how much of a difference that made, because now she's here and in her mind, she's like, okay, coronation, parties, let's get back. No, baby, this is not a normal transition of power, right? Normally, there would be a smooth transition of power. Everything's already in place. There's maybe a few shifts, a few changes, but for the most part, the machine and all its cogs are still running. The war threw a stick into the works. The cogs have been jammed in many places. There's been a backup. There is dysfunction, a lot of dysfunction. And now you're basically here, and as much as it sucks, and even though you're not 100% the cause for it, you are going to be responsible for cleaning it up. And the people are going to look to you as the sole way to fix it. And this has always been one of the saddest and most unfair parts of monarchies, is that there is this unrealistic expectation of one person or personage to handle all of the problems. And that is why no monarchy on the face of the earth has ever been completely perfect, or government for that matter, because we're all imperfect people doing the best that we can. But even with that, even if you do have a king or a queen or a government that's doing its best to consider everyone with the best of intentions, you're always going to have missed something. There's always going to be a faction or an area that's not 100% addressed. That is because, like I said, we're all imperfect people and we can't think of everything all the time. So coming back to this, where Rhaenyra is concerned, these problems that are in King's Landing to start with were not started by her. The war absolutely impacted it, like the embargo she put on the trade, which caused the staunch of money and flow in, which caused the rich to do what they always do, which is hoard what they already have. However, the response, or shall we say lack of response, by Aemond and his council are why things even devolved further, right? Aemond is a spoiled, wretched waste of skin. He does not care about the people. He never did care about the people. This is the same person that watched his own bastards fight in a fight club to the death. There's no humanity in him. So of course he didn't care that the people were starving and all the issues that came along with the with the ripple effect of the embargo. And then on top of it, everything was about him and keeping his comfort at bay. Like, after the death of his son, he killed all the rat catchers, which made zero sense because they weren't the ones who were the issue, yet now the whole city is infested. And also that form of income gone, and people are scared to even become a rat catcher to help take care of the problem. That rat problem became a ripple effect of eating up all the Candos and Talon. They probably eat up a lot of the stores as well. Like, the point being, so many things are out of order. And I really love how they use the rats as like the theme, the thread throughout the episode of like this little thing that's actually a massive, like the indicator of a massive problem that exists throughout this castle. It's just one of the problems, right? There's so many more. So yeah, poor Rhaenyra, in the sense of not all of these problems are directly a result of her and what happened to this war, but she's inherited them, and she is pretty much nobody to help her fix it. And the fact that it's like the way they just showed that it was just a absolute deluge of problems that were thrown at her at once. It's like she barely got there, barely got a night's sleep, had 3 snacks, and they're like, okay, so we have no money. We don't know where the money is. Half the council is gone. We don't have half the army. The people are waiting outside because they've been starving. There's the issue of, the people, the ripple effects of the battle. By the way, we still have all the people from the Triarchy ravaging and raping and pillaging their way along the coasts. Like, as she said, like, bro, can you give me 2 seconds? Can I deal with one problem at a time? You're giving me 60 problems. And before I can even start to address problem number 1, you're on number 61, right? So it's a lot, it's so much. And I understand that all of them in some way are, urgent, because lives are actually at stake. But at the same time, it's too much to ask one person to do by herself. And like she said, she has to create the small council. She can't use the one she had before because, well, I shouldn't say she can't, but I don't blame her for not doing so. They have already proven that they will turn on Rhaenyra on the drop of a dime if they don't agree with what she's doing. You can't have a small council of people that don't believe in you and don't trust you, right? So without having people to help handle all the minutia and the infighting, hello, can Daemon and the mistress stop fighting? God, there's enough Rhaenyra Poom to go around, okay? There's enough Poom for both of you. Why are we fighting? This is not the time for you to be bickering, right? So it's just like, so much is in chaos, and she's doing, I have to give her 5s because Rhaenyra really did try this episode. I don't think she's completely without the skill to handle a lot of these, but she is out of her depth. And again, it's because there's so much. Normally you would not have this kind of transition of power. As I said before, normally there'd be a lot of things already still in place to keep things going. But as it goes, in any country, it's kind of like, what was the expression I heard once? There was a comedian who talked about how when Obama was put into office in the US, that there was a lot of mess that was left from the previous president. And the guy's like, imagine it's like you work at the Gap and you start your shift, but the guy who left the shift beforehand left the cash register $100 short. And he didn't explain to you why that was the case. He just left for his shift and left you to take over. And now not only do you have to deal with your normal Gap duties, but now you also have to figure out how to reconcile the $100 deficit, right? He's like, that's what he compared, Obama going into, right? And this is not meant to be a political discussion, folks. Please don't go into my comments talking about the politics of the US. I'm just using that as the example, but it's very much like what Rhaenyra is stepping into, where this was a very broken monarchy already. Aegon was a terrible king. His council was corrupt. Otto was only caring about the power of the high towers and filling his own pockets. Everybody was out for themselves because they all knew that it was that the king was useless. And it really wasn't just Aegon. Even before him, Viserys was not a good king either. He was in his, oh my God, Allison had some bars this episode when she said, that man was in a world of his own making and you and I have never been there. She said he was off making little paper castles while the rest of the world was spinning around him. So the kingdom has been on toothpicks for a while. And now, unfortunately, this war kind of shook a lot of things loose that probably should have collapsed a long time ago. And now here's Rhaenyra attempting to even begin to clean up the mess. Like it's literally like having all these issues. You still got to run the store, you still got to run the Gap, but you still have to figure out how to deal with this $100 deficit, right? So that's what Rhaenyra is attempting to do. The mess is so big, she doesn't know where to start. And it's like no one is able to offer her advice, right? And she keeps asking, like with Corlys. Corlys is like, I'll do whatever you want to do. She goes to Daemon. Daemon's like, kill everybody and burn everything. Like, give me, please, poor girl just needs just some sound advice from someone. But so many people are on different mindsets and different paths, and bless her, the one thing I think Rhaenyra does not do well is command a room. And I think a lot of that is because she was raised as a woman, and women are not raised, even in this world today, they're not raised to take space or to grab authority. And because of that, and already she's dealing with the misogyny of the realm anyway. So if you're already of the mind that you can't just walk in and demand that, people aren't going to take you seriously, right? And there is an element of that happening right now. Like if Rhaenyra did not have her dragons, let's be real, no one would listen to her. That's the bottom line. But it's just so sad to see her have to struggle with that and then remember that she is still days out of losing her son, weeks out from losing her other son, a few months maybe out from losing her daughter. Her dad's death was not that long ago. Her aunt, who she loved, like just so much death and personal loss she's experienced. Her younger kids have been sent abroad. There's so much happening and she's gonna process all that. And on top of that, she got to rule with her period. And I don't want to hear nothing about how women can't handle it because of that, okay? We are able, like, even in today's world, women have got to function despite bleeding profusely and all the symptoms that come along with it. But imagine all that, and you got to worry about whether or not your whole ass gonna fall out in front of people. Like, it's a lot, and she is so isolated right now, and it's not necessarily all of her own making. Like, I know she's kind of pushing some people away right now, but a lot of it is also because I think she feels that so many people want from her, and so many people are wanting and taking and pulling from her, but who's pouring into her? Nobody, right? No one is really putting that back into her. And like I said, I love that they're showing in the physicality of Rhaenyra that she's drained, she's exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. She's running on autopilot and rage right now, which will keep her going for a bit, but not for long. It's not going to be long before there's going to be a breakdown, or like I said, an implosion is what I'm expecting. Again, every time she sees those damn rats, it's all just kind of like, to me, that's the ticking of the time bomb that is, going to be going off for her. But yeah, they really just did a good job of focusing on how difficult it is, first of all, to seat that seat truthfully and to try to shoulder it alone, which she is, and just how isolating it is to be a leader. Like, it's not a fun job. There's a lot of perks, obviously, like, the money and the power, the levels of things you're able to get away with, but it is, as they call it, it's a gilded cage. It's also oppressively heavy if you take it seriously, which Rhaenyra clearly is trying to. Unlike Aegon, unlike her father, she's not dissociating and trying to ignore. She's doing her best to lock in, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's like everything you do, it's like you're pissing one person off or you're hurting another. Like, again, her taking from the rich, which yes, they absolutely hoarded and they caused way more distress that they didn't need to. So, taking that temporary solution of showing them, giving them a literal taste of their own medicine. But again, not having the noble houses behind you in this monarchy, as we've learned through the GOT world, is not safe. It's literally what will get you overthrown. Right? That's what ended up happening to the Targaryens eventually. The houses figured out, yeah, we don't want this, right? But at the same time, a kingdom is nothing without its people. So who do you deal with, right? How do you make them all happy? The short answer is you can't. The short answer is that you can't, but these are the kind of things that she now has to juggle, and she has to look at it in the forefront. And again, she's had some training in this regard, but a lot of it, not so much. These are things that other people handled for the most part. And then, like I said, on top of all that, she's still trying to gain respect because she's a woman that she wouldn't have to fight for otherwise. So like I said, they brilliantly did a lot to let us know that this is not going to be an easy road for Rhaenyra at all, and that if drastic things aren't done soon, it is all going to fall apart. And then you have that, as far as, those are kind of the big problems, and then she's got her own inner problems, right? The scene with Corlys broke my heart, I'm not going to lie. It's so sad, and I can fortunately see both sides of the story. Although I absolutely am team Corlys on this one. I get what Rhaenyra was saying, and I saw, like, a lot of people are not happy with the writer's direction to create this rift between them, to create this drama over the sons, because literally, yes, what she said, okay, it looks bad, whatever, but first of all, you're the queen, and if there's one thing that the Targaryens have done is that they've done whatever the hell they want. Right? Like, you've got dragons, who gon' fight you? For real. But also, you could very easily say, as it happens even in our real world today, people are given exceptions to rules all the time if they've done something that's considered to be above and beyond or outstanding. Corlys, as he very calmly and rightfully articulated, I have given you everything, Rhaenyra. I didn't have to stand by your side. Life would have been significantly easier for me if I'd sided with the Greens or just decided to stay out of it entirely. But I backed you because I believed in you, and because I cared about you, and because my wife wanted to back you, and I wanted to honor her. And because I've done that, I've lost my grandsons, I've lost my home, I've lost some of my fleet, I've lost everything that I spent my life and my ancestors fought to build. And all I am asking, this is the first time I've asked you for anything. I asked you just to legitimize my kids so I have a legacy to carry on the Valyrian name. Otherwise, it dies with me. And it does, because Rhaenyra, for all intents and purposes, is gone, and he's never coming back, and he's never having legitimate kids. And his daughter is gone, but even so, she was a Targaryen, so his 2 granddaughters are going to be Targaryens. The one child you gave to be the Valyrian ancestor has gone. So, like, Rhaenyra, you could simply simply state, since people are already pissed anyways, right? You've already done things that the whole council's not going to like anyway. Why not add one more to the list and make it meaningful by saying, yes, this is Corlys. He is family. He has got no living heirs. His heirs were sacrificed in service to me. And because in recognition of his noble sacrifices and the bravery that he has shown, risking his life twice for me. Let's not forget Corlys almost died in season 2. In recognition of that, I am honoring him by giving him this request of legitimizing his sons. Would there be people who complained? Of course. Does it really matter in the long run? No. It's just going to be a handful of noble snobs that are going to have a problem with it. But we already know in the GOT world, or maybe you don't, but there's plenty a noble house that has had at least one bastard legitimized because it worked for their interest. And usually all they need to do is grease the palm of the king to do so. So her standing and deciding to die on that hill and lose the faith of someone who's been as unwaveringly supportive as Corlys was a stupid decision. There is no other way to put it. It was a stupid, foolish decision. And that's why I really hate that the writers decided to go with it. I hate it. But again, I think they're just trying to create more turmoil for Rhaenyra and, to show that she's kind of in this place where she's not winning even though she's got the throne, she really isn't triumphing, shall we say, in any other aspect. That kind of goes again to the promise that she made to the hammer. I can't remember his name right now. The smith that came to work with her, right? The whole reason he did all that, his daughter died back in season 1 because they couldn't get what they needed because of the cravenness of Aegon. And she decided, and he swore fealty because she said, I'm going to get justice for you. I'm going to make it so that you and your wife never have to go hungry again or never have to worry about getting the necessities of life again so that your daughter's death wasn't in vain. He abandoned everything. He left his wife, left King's Landing against his wife's better judgment based on those promises. And now he's like, so when is that going to happen? Like, I went to look for my wife. She's not even here. I forgot about, that's who I saw last episode. But yeah, it's like, she's not even here now. She's run to the town that we now know is under siege. He's like, what can I do? Because she left because she got sick of waiting for me and it got to be too unsafe here. And once again, Rhaenyra doesn't really have an answer. She's like, well, I will give you a home, but I don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I got a backlog basically, and you're at the bottom, to be perfectly honest, right? Not what he wants to hear when these new, with the exception of Adam, these new writers kind of only have one foot in the door as it is, right? So it's just showing that once again, these allegiances are going to get shaky now because everyone wants everything right now, right? Everything's emergent, everything's immediate. No one's giving her a minute to breathe. So yes, just a lot of things within her inner circle that are very shaky. Baela just walking around like a ghost, nothing to say, no interactions, just taking orders because what does she have? What does she really have? There's not a lot that she has right now to look forward to. So yeah, there's all of that. Plus, Rhaenyra still caring about finding Sheep Stealer, trying to find Aegon, looking for her revenge plot, which I feel like those are the things that need to be deprioritized at the moment. Truthfully, I know it sucks because they affected her family directly, but there's more imminent things than revenge. Revenge will always be there. Sheep Stealer ain't going anywhere. The Rider isn't going anywhere. But I'm very interested to see what happens when Daemon heads out to the Vale, because I do think he's going to see Sheep Stealer. I wonder if we're going to get a moment between him and Rhaena and what that's going to look like. I know that Daemon's not going to blame her because it's Daemon, right? As much as he loves his kids and stepkids, he also recognizes that when you're dealing with dragons, accidents and shit happens, quite frankly. But yeah, I think she needs someone though. Like Rhaena's probably absolutely overthinking herself to death right now with nothing to do and nowhere to go. But yeah, other than that, we just had the plot with, the fake Darren and the switch out with that, which means that, I already knew that the what's his name, the Hightower guy, that Ormond did not surrender. I knew it. I'm like, he is taking this way too well. He's being too chill. He's putting up with Daemon's barbs too much. There's no way this is as smooth as it's looking. But what was the play? And Daemon saw it, right? Daemon could sense that there was probably some type of plot, but he's trying to be a good, faithful husband and subject and listen to his wife's words. It was like he said, if it was up to me, I would have burned them all. I don't give a damn. He's like, they're all usurpers. They were all marching in opposition of you. Once they find out about Otto, they're going to hate us even more. I understand his logic, but I also understand that, as I've said multiple times, Rhaenyra is trying to be different. She's trying not to be a ruler in blood, but that's very hard in a system that was created by a family that literally overtook the continent in fire and blood. Right? Unfortunately, Rhaenyra has inherited a broken system. And so anyway, so yeah, now we know that Ormond actually had a whole plan the whole time to, again, we don't know the details of it yet, but my guess is that all of this is to, by the way, like guys, I know some people are saying like, you know, I've made some mistakes between the book and the show. I did not finish the book. I started it and a lot of it is fuzzy. So please, my apologies, and please some patience for when I get some details wrong. And there are things that I don't know. So yes. Anyways, that out of the way. Yes, I do believe that this power play by Ormond is to make Rhaenyra look bad, to take a whole city hostage. There's so many things he could be trying to do, but I do think he wants to draw some people out, right? Rhaenyra's biggest strength right now is that she has 6 dragons, right? He's got 1. And Darren is a new, again, I know from the books that Darren is actually he was actually a very good writer. He's a lot. He's an ace in the hole for sure. And I do think that the whole plan is for Ormond to make them take at least 1 or 2 of their newer dragon riders, right? She's probably assuming that that Rhaenyra is going to send one of the newbies out there thinking it's not going to be a big deal because they're outnumbered, and then have Darren swoop in and make quick work of them, and then potentially have at least 2 dragons off the table, if not with new riders. So point being that it's going to get messy, right? It's a play that Rhaenyra did not see coming, which she should have. And as I said, I'm never going to be an advocate for taking innocent life, and we see this whole episode that Rhaenyra was trying not to do that. But in the case of the Green Army, she really, I think I err to Daemon. Like, maybe not killing Darren, but I would have erred to Daemon, like, just roast him. Like, they're not ever going to be fully loyal to you, because they were living fat when Otto was running things, and now they're not. So anyways, we'll have to see how that's going to work itself out. But yeah, overall, like I said, a really good episode. All the kudos to Emma. Killed it this episode. It was not an easy episode. It was an episode of a lot of micro expressions and a lot of subtle physical acting from them, because they really had to like embody this crazy moment of just overwhelm in all this situation. And also, I just want to touch on this one last thing about how I love that the difference between Rhaenyra and Alicent is that you see how when Rhaenyra in the position she's in right now, it'd be easy for her to kind of go inward. But when she sees, you know, how much she's dealing with, when Alicent comes in and asks for the request of her dad being, you know, her dad's remains being sent back to Old Town, and Rhaenyra uses that moment to ask Alicent for advice. She uses the moment to say, listen, I didn't realize how crazy those hearings are. Like, that was a lot. And I felt overwhelmed, and I don't know, and I was unsure. And you did that in my dad's stead while he was too sick to sit. How did you do it? Like, can you give me some advice or help me understand like how you did it for so long? Like, the humility, that's what I love about Rhaenyra. Like, she had the humility to ask someone who she, you know, I wouldn't say she hates her, but there's reasons for her not to ask Alicent of all people for that information. But again, it shows that Rhaenyra does have the heart to be a good ruler. She has the desire to be a good and fair ruler and to do her best. But she did need that reality check from Alicent, in that, so like she said, baby, I really wish I could tell you that there was a way for you to stay as sheltered and naive and blissful and hopeful and optimistic as you are right now and continue to run this place, but it's not going to happen, right? She basically said, you're not going to be able to please everyone. You're not going to be able to save everyone. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you'll be able to do this job, right? And it sounded pessimistic, but it's realistic. Rhaenyra will drive herself mad trying to please everyone, and it will never happen. It'll never happen. So anyway, I just really like that moment because, like I said, it just shows why I like Rhaenyra's character. She's flawed as hell, of course, but she knows when to kind of step off of her airs, and she is capable of, and she, like I said, she's got the heart. Like she said, she has the heart of a king, even if she is in the body of this woman, right? And those are moments where I see that. Like, a wise ruler recognizes that this is not something you can do alone, and looks out, really truly looks for counsel when necessary, and doesn't think arrogantly they can do it all by themselves, and also knows when to resist bad advice. Daemon. The actual last thing, Daemon was killing this episode. Oh my gosh. Like, y'all know I did not like Daemon a lot in season 1. I was not a fan of him, but my gosh, the way he's just been like comedic relief for me this season, it's actually hilarious. Like, he gives 0 Fs. Like, he could not care less about the mundane. He's like, I just want to go and burn and pillage things. Like, why am I here? This is what I do. And very interesting, that little exchange that the two of them have. You know, like on the one side, he's like, I'm proud of you. Like, you have been trying to step into this role. I'm glad that you're being decisive and you're not letting people get into your ear too much. But in Daemon's mind, a true Targaryen is a conqueror. A true Targaryen, as I said, rules in fire and blood. And she's not embracing the Targaryen in her. And like he said, he's like, you're sitting here trying to scrape and pinch and grab from the people here who you know are a bunch of stingy jerks, when we could be, he's like, we got 6 dragons. We should be conquering more things. Like, we came, you know, our ancestors came and burned our way into the throne here. We should be doing that over in Essos and Dorne. And, you know, and my God, I was like, Daemon, my God, bro, like, look around. With what army? Like, what are you talking about? Dragons are not enough. We lost dragons in this war. What do you mean? And this with regular people in the 7 kingdoms. You're gonna go up and start wars with other places? Gonna go across the narrow sea for what? Looking for more death, more burning, more killing. They need to recover. The world that, like, right now, Westeros is bleeding from this war. We need to staunch that before you want to go and rip open new wounds elsewhere, create more enemies elsewhere. But, you know, it just shows that that's just Daemon, right? He has one purpose. He's a sharpened sword, and that's really what he knows what to do and feels good at. Outside of that, he feels outside of his depth. He doesn't want to just sit around and be regal. That was never him. So interesting moment between the two of them. And once again, showing that inner turmoil that she's, you know, experiencing within her court. You know, no one's 100% on her page right now, and that's got to be very frustrating and disheartening as well. So yeah, I mean, I could keep going. There's so many micro things that happened in this episode, but those are the main things I wanted to kind of touch on. Very good in my opinion as far as how they handled it. I know some people might think it was slow, but we've had a lot of action in the first 2 episodes, so I'm very okay with us kind of taking a minute and just kind of talking about the minutia that help us understand more of what's going to happen later in the season. So I enjoyed the episode, and I do hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.